So today I'm going to be getting more diamonds. While I'm getting more diamonds, I'm just gonna be talking. I think one of the worst things ever is overthinking. Overthinking, all it does is just ruin perfectly good and healthy relationships. Overthinking has done nothing good for me ever in my life. And yet I still manage to do it every day. Overthinking can mentally train someone, and it has mentally trained me. And it's not fun. I think that when I think overthinking can ruin communication. I think it could ruin um, I think it could ruin love, healthiness. I think it could bring pain, suffering, nothing good. I also think that overthinking is evil. I think no matter what, there'll always be a way to I think it'll always come back. And I think that overthinking can essentially just ruin things. Overthinking for me has ruined my relationships, ruined my confidence, it's ruined everything I've worked for and everything that I've dreamt and wanted in my life. I also think overthinking has cursed me and make me feel a way that I will never want to feel in my life, but it comes back every day. In many of my cases, overthinking has hurt my relationships in ways where it's hard for me to communicate with my other, not just in couple relationships, but also in family relationships and all the sorts of relationships. My overthinking has caused me to become depressed, less confident in myself, and it has made me feel unwanted. Not only unwanted, but not loved. And it's really hard, especially at a young age. Overthinking is so harsh because you don't experience a lot of things. And now to get back into the start of this video, overthinking can be caused when there's no reassurance, and overthinking can be stopped when there is reassurance, and it all really connects together because of life. And life is just such a beautiful thing because it can really show you, and it can really be so random that it's beautiful, and it can be so hurtful that it's beautiful, and it can be so beautiful that it hurts, and it can be so much at times, and it can hurt at times, and it can feel like you're struggling at times, and struggling can make you overthink. Struggling can literally destroy relationships, and I think that but unlike life, love is not needed in ways that we think it is needed. I do agree that love is important, and we should all love each other and have people that we love and care for those people, but sometimes it can get out of hand and become dangerous and too much and exhausting, and it can ruin you because you believe that all you need is love, and if you don't have love, you can't live a happy life, and life is horrible when you don't have love, and life can make or break you if you're in a relationship or not. And that's just not true at all, because yes, there's love everywhere realistically, and yes, love is amazing, and it can feel amazing when you feel loved and when you are loved and when you do love. But I think a lot of people mistake love for something that's I think people mistake love as something that is an answer to all their problems and a lot of problems, but that's just not the case. And love isn't always the answer to the problem that you need solving, and it could actually just lead to worse thoughts and overthinking as well, as we started talking about at the beginning. Overthinking love is never the answer in a lot of the cases, but I do understand where people come from and where they feel like they need the sense of love and they need to have someone to love them and to be there for them. I think people needing love is not needing love, and they're needing something that they don't need. A lot of people mistake love for the a lot of people mistake love for the thing that they need to um, have a happy life. People mistake it for essentially oxygen. I like to think of it as people think they need it or else they can't breathe in life or live realistically. And I believe that's unhealthy love, and that is I believe that is also a sign of mental health. And I would advise not trying to feel that way. I do know a lot of people that feel the need to be in a relationship with other people because they need it and it'll help them and fix them and help them realize that they're loved, and it will essentially fix all their problems and they won't feel alone. But the thing is that in order to have love work, you sometimes have to be alone, and you don't need to be with someone all the time. And I'm still learning that today. That sometimes peace and self-reflection when something is happening in your relationships is always key, and it can really help you look into the bigger picture and not just about yourself and your needs and your partner and their needs, but it can really show you what is needed and what is important in the situation. And that's the hardest part, is realizing that you need to be alone sometimes to in order to understand how you feel and what is more important. And that's not the best part, because when you're alone you feel like you're alone essentially. Feeling and being alone is not something fun and not something people like or enjoy, and it's mentally draining sometimes if it's happening for an extended period of time, and it can really affect someone's mental a lot. But I do believe that, self-reflection, alone time is needed every now and then, especially if you want your relationships to thrive and be as healthy as possible. Even even if it's the healthiest, longest relationship ever, even if you think it's the healthiest, having that alone time and self-reflection is more important than you can ever know and realize, because it's so deeper than just self-reflection, and it's so much deeper than than people realize, and it can really be the difference between a healthy relationship and the healthiest relationship you can have, because self-reflection is basically key to seeing other perspectives. Because in a relationship, you are really blindsided by your perception of things, and or maybe your partner's perception of things, and that can get in the way of healthy healthy relationships outside of that relationship. But not only that, it can affect mental health, physical health, maybe at times. It can affect the way you think. It can affect overthinking. It can affect life. So sometimes alone time is needed, but that's not always what we want. And I think a lot of things that we don't want in life can be what we need most of the times in life. And it's so strange because a lot of things that we don't want in life can be so helpful for the things that we want in life. Wanting something in life is what everyone wants. Everyone wants to want something. Everything wants something. Everything has to want something in life. It's a normal reaction, normal emotion, a normal way of thinking of life and enjoying life is wanting something. Because if you want something, then you have a goal. Essentially, to want something is to basically dream and have a goal of something, and that can create healthy situations for yourself, because a lot of the times having a goal is always the first step to success. And especially if you're a very goal oriented person, that can be very important and impactful for you, because if you're very goal oriented and you want to achieve your goal, and if you really do want this one thing in life, then you will do anything to make sure that that dream slash goal is achieved. And it ties in with love and alone time, because if you really want a relationship to work out, the best thing is to do the best thing for the relationship. And that might mean alone time. That might mean self-reflection time. That might mean a break. That might mean talking. That might mean communication. That might mean loving to the point where you love so much that you're honest. And honesty is so important when it comes to love, because you can't love if you're not honest. And having the best intentions for a relationship and what you love is always going to work out in the end, because having the best intentions for something will likely, help the situation out. It will make everything better for that relationship and or goal, or just you in general. And just like love, life is so hard, and it's so hard when you're trying your absolute best, but it feels like nothing is working and nothing is helping and nothing is there for you and nothing is working. But I promise you just gotta keep working and it'll all work out realistically in the end. But even when life is hard and loving is hard, the relationship is hard, don't ever, don't ever stop loving. Don't ever stop working for something or working towards something or achieving a goal. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing to better something because it will come back around and it will impact your relationships, and having that positive mindset will not only affect you in your life, but it will make you realize that, you know, you gotta work for it, and not everything in life is given to you. And it shows how hard life can be, but sticking to all that, it's also so important because it can shape you into who you are, and it can make things better for in the future. And that's the lesson that life gives you is with time, work and try and love, because yeah, it's hard right now, but that's the lesson. That's what's life is trying to teach you, is that just because something is bad for the moment doesn't mean it's always going to be bad. And just because you don't know something doesn't mean you're never going to know that thing and you're never going to understand it, because eventually you'll understand it and eventually you'll be able to realize how important and impactful knowing that and having that lesson that you learned from your ups and downs from your relationships and everything you've worked for really truly is. And it is such a positive in life, and it's so beautiful. So whatever you do, never give up, and don't forget what you want the most, because I know I will never forget who I want the most, and I know I will never want to forget how much it felt almost losing the person I love. And I will never ever stop working for the people I love and the person I love and my relationships, because it is truly a blessing to even be able to have these relationships with people, and it is a blessing for life to even give you this opportunity to love and show love. And it's a blessing to even make it this far, for you to understand how I'm speaking and what I'm speaking, and for you to even acknowledge that I'm playing a video game, and for you to think and know and understand. It's all a miracle, and you only get one chance, so don't forget to take every chance you get with life and your relationships, and don't forget to never give up and always work for your goals, dreams, relationships, your hardships, everything you've ever had happen in your life, everything that you want to happen in your life, everything that you have, but you're losing grasp of it. Never forget it. Never stop working for it, and never ever let go of what you're about to grasp. Because that's life. And life is all about working for what you want and never giving up. And life is going to show you that, yeah, you want something, but just because you want it doesn't mean I'm going to give it to you. So you got to earn it and grab it yourself. I appreciate you if you stayed this long to hear me rant about nonsense that doesn't even make sense sometimes. Um, I hope you guys all have a blessed morning, night, evening, or all three. And hope you guys are safe and don't stop working for whatever you want until you've had it. And even then, still work for it and contain it and make sure it never slips away again. Goodbye.